I've been talking recently a lot to CIOs about a topic that hasn't really come up for a long time for me, which is the concept of access controls. One of the reasons it seems to be coming up a lot is because many CIOs in different organizations are rethinking where their data is stored and how it's accessed. The agents need access to some of the most sensitive data to do some of the most interesting work in an organization. But then what are they going to do when they have access to this context? Agents are terrible at keeping secrets. Whatever that agent knows, whatever data it can retrieve, it'll just happily tell whoever's interacting with it. So you end up with a problem where the agents become a source of data leakage. Imagine that you have somebody on the finance team who's working on a very critical deal inside the company. And so just being on the finance team alone is not enough to make sure you have access to this very critical data about this deal. And so instead of it being just a role-based access control, the agent's like, oh, the person's asking about finance, I'm going to retrieve any data about any financial situation. You need to be very aware that only these few people have access to this really critical data. So the solution to this is kind of the solution that people have had for employees, which is to make sure that the agent only will retrieve context for what the user has access to. You basically need to hook your agents up to a headless platform that knows about these controls. So at Box, we use direct user access controls, which we think is probably the best way when you're handling the kind of unstructured data that users have. Data retrieval is typically where you need to implement this kind of thing. And then in that way, you're able to then ensure that whatever that user can see is also what the agent can see. And the key thing that all CIOs and IT decision makers need to know is that you need to have these level of controls. Otherwise, your agents will happily tell users about things that they are not supposed to have access to.